I'm signing a presidential memorandum to establish the Memphis Safe Task Force, and it's very important because of the crime that's going on, not only in Memphis, in many cities, and we're going to take care of all of them. And step by step, just like we did in D.C., we have virtually no crime in D.C. right now.
President Trump made it clear to all of us, and we know that Memphis is an iconic city, and we are going to make Memphis safe again. That's why we're here. We're working hand in hand with you. Cares about you, and all of us care about you.
A federal task force ordered by U.S. President Donald Trump is reshaping Memphis as thousands of arrests strain courts and jails. The Memphis Safe Task Force was launched in late September, bringing together federal, state, and local officers to crack down on violent crime. Officials say that more than 2,800 people have been arrested and over 28,000 traffic citations have been issued in just weeks across the city. Supporters reportedly argue that the surge is needed after years of rising violence, with homicides up 33% and aggravated assaults up 41% since 2018. However, critics warn that the operation is disproportionately targeting Black and Latino residents, causing fear and changes in daily routines. Community groups say some Latino residents have stopped going to work, church, or restaurants, afraid of being detained. Inside the justice system, the effects are stretching already thin resources as court schedules buckle under the influx of cases. Traffic court delays are forcing people to miss work, while criminal cases stack up, lengthening wait times for bail hearings, as per reports. Shelby County Jail is now far over capacity, forcing officials to move inmates to facilities inside and outside the county. Intake overcrowding means detainees are sleeping in chairs, and the jail is requesting millions in emergency funds. Activists warn of dangerous conditions in a jail where 65 deaths have been recorded since 2019. County leaders say the crisis could last months or years as cases move slowly through the system. Officials are considering night court and weekend court to handle the surge, adding costs but easing pressure. The mayor of Shelby County is pleading for additional judges after 2 judgeships were cut last year. Prosecutors say they are re-evaluating whether low-level defendants should remain jailed if they pose no danger or flight risk. Task force leaders call the arrests a sign of success, but acknowledge they are straining detention and court resources. Federal authorities are preparing a satellite prison site to help, though its location has not been publicly disclosed. Memphis now faces a long test of whether massive enforcement can reduce crime without breaking the system built to process it.
Today, at the request of Lee of Tennessee, who's standing with us, as you know, I'm signing a presidential memorandum to establish the Memphis Safe Task Force, and it's very important because of the crime that's going on, not only in Memphis, in many cities, and we're going to take care of all of them. And step by step, just like we did in D.C., we have virtually no crime in D.C. right now. And we're going to keep it that way. It's our nation's capital. We're going to keep it that way, or we're going to federalize it if we had to, but we don't have to anymore because it's in such great shape. This task force will be a replica of our extraordinarily successful efforts here. And you'll see it's a lot of the same thing, although the numbers here are really something. They're really bad. Now, we did send FBI in about 4 months ago to work, and it brought some of the numbers down, and they did a great job, but we're sending in the big force now. We also sent them into Chicago on a sort of a moderate basis, and we brought down crime a little bit in Chicago, but we're now going to bring it down very big. We're going to be doing Chicago probably next. I was with a great businessman, a man who is involved in all cities through his business, and I say, who do you think should be next after Memphis? And he said, sir, you've got to save Chicago. We're going to wait a little while. But he said, you got to save Chicago. You can't let it go. And this is a very prominent man that everybody knows in this room. Another man in Memphis was saying, Bill, he was saying, very interesting, he's on the board of FedEx. And his hotel is about a block away. And he said, when I walked there. I said, you know, I don't want to do this again. I never want to do it again. And they won't let me walk there. They take them in armored vehicles. They take the board members of FedEx in armored vehicles like a block away to the hotel. This shouldn't be the U.S. This shouldn't be the United States of America. The task force will be a replica, as I said, and it's going to be, I think, equally successful. This is a tremendous success we've had in Washington, I can tell you, and everyone knows it. And people in the White House that work here and other people that I know are calling me and thanking me. They're going out to dinners. They're doing things that they haven't done in years. The effort will include the National Guard as well as the FBI, ATF, DEA, ICE, Homeland Security investigations, and the U.S. Marshals, and more along the prosecutors. We're going to have DOJ led by U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Tennessee, who is here or not here? Who's that person here? That person is going to be very busy. So we're going to have U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Tennessee, and most importantly, Pam Bondi's here. She's heading it up, and she's doing an unbelievable job in every respect beyond this. So also worked with some of the members of the team right here on D.C., and we're very proud of that effort. We essentially had the crime down to a very low rate in 12 days, and within another 10 days after that, it was so incredible. And it continues at that level, and we're going to continue. We have to, because it's our capital. This team will deploy the full powers of federal law enforcement agencies and enforcement generally to restore public safety and get dangerous career criminals off of our streets. We're going to get them off. In 2024, Memphis had the highest violent crime rate, the highest property crime rate, and the third highest murder rate of any city in the nation. Other than that, they're doing quite well, thank you. A person is 4 times more likely to be murdered in Memphis, Tennessee today than in Mexico City. It's been, and you know Mexico City is not a cakewalk. It's been overrun with carjackings, robberies, shootings, and killings. There were 249 murders, 429 rapes, 5,616 burglaries, and 12,522 violent assaults in just the last little while in 2024 and in pieces of 2025, where it's actually gotten worse until recently when we sent the FBI down to see what the hell is going on.
President Trump made it clear to all of us, and we know that Memphis is an iconic city, and we are going to make Memphis safe again. That's why we're here. We're working hand in hand with you. Cares about you, and all of us care about you. All of the Memphis police officers, all of you, we are here to have your backs. All of the law enforcement officers in this room. You work 24/7, and we're all working 24/7 to have your backs. All of our federal agents in this room, DEA, ATF, FBI, U.S. Marshals, working hand in hand with HSI, all of Pete's Guard, all of our officers working hand in hand with you as a team. That's what we did in D.C., and that's what we're going to do here. We're going to keep you safe. And let me be very, very clear. I am a career prosecutor. If you touch a law enforcement officer, it is a crime and you are going to jail. We are arresting anyone who touches any of you. If you touch a federal officer, it's going to be assault on a federal officer, and we have our U.S. Attorney here. And to all of you state and local officers, let's see what your DA does, because he better prosecute crimes against you, because we have your backs now. We know there is no ordinary day in the life of a police officer, and thank you for what you do, and thank your families. You are out here night and day. God bless you. We are here for you, and we will always be here for you. We are going to, this is long term, we are going to work hand in hand to make the most violent crime city in the country have no crime. Thank you all.